This right here is what makes me love what I do. Right now, Identity X is doing a live show, but they're starting off their show with a video that I shot for them, and it's so cool. Every time I work with Identity X, it's always a fun experience, and this night, this shot was so fun to shoot. I love these guys so much, and Identity X, I appreciate you all for the shout out and for you showing off this awesome shot. This right here was an awesome shot. Like right now they're like bumping on the guitar. It was so cool to shoot. So freaking cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish I would focus. Focus on it. Focus on the video. Focus on the video. There it is. See, right here is what I was talking about. Like in my last video, just because we're quarantined doesn't mean we can't use this opportunity to be creative and still be able to express what we love to do. And they're doing it, and you can do it too. Hello, my name is Fernando from Breed Creations, and today we're going to be talking about how to find your film style. First off, what you need to realize is that it'll take years to develop your film style. Believe me, when I started, I was like, what the heck is my style? What the heck do I gotta do? And I've been in this for 4 years, and I didn't find out my style until 2 years ago. There's two things you need to realize though. One, you just gotta go for it. Sometimes people worry about perfection too much, and that's what messes people up, because in the beginning, no one's gonna be good at first. When a baby doesn't just automatically walk, they have to build themselves up and then they're able to walk. Same thing when it comes to developing anything. You have to put your practicing and just go and not worry what's gonna look like, just go for it and do it. Second thing, find out what you like to shoot. In the beginning, we're all gonna shoot anything, but before you do it, find out what is it that you want to start shooting that you know you will love to do. Because if you shoot something that you love to do, you're gonna give it your all and not be bored by it. Give it all you got and it's gonna come out. And even if it's bad, it's still gonna come out to you because you love shooting it. Like for me, I love music and I grew up in a musical family, and I love watching films. I love short films. So I thought, well, let's start out with music video. Now my first music video was a song called Keep Sin by 3 of Infinity. My first music video was for Light Film School. I had to make a music video to submit to my professor in order for me to pass the class. Now, when my professor reviewed the video that I shot, he noticed that I have a habit of a lot of movement within the camera. He noticed that was very unique, and he was wondering, was that in post or was that done with the actual gimbal? Either way, he loved that style. At that moment, I was like, when I reviewed it even further after he said that, I was like, maybe I should go more into dancing with the music, because I love music and I love moving the gimbal with the rhythm. So let's take that a little further, and I started developing that style. So instead of doing shake movements or camera shakes in post-production, I decided, why do that when I feel the rhythm and I know the beat, so why not just do it while I'm filming? Then after my first music video, I wanted to give storytelling a try, because I grew up always watching films and analyzing the plots within films. What is the story behind the film? How did they develop the story? So I decided to give short films and documentaries a try, and horror and mystery is my favorite drama, which started my first short film called Shattered. Now, Shattered is about a person who's at war with himself. He lived many years walking the wrong path, causing him to lose his humanity, which that's what he thought, which in time his humanity caught up with him from all the bad things he's done in his life, causing him to pay the ultimate price. Which the moral of the story is, when we do something horrible in the past and then at that time we don't think it's bad, but it doesn't mean that it'll come back to haunt us. In other words, karma. You never know what's gonna happen when what you did finally catches up with you. Which I also want to give a shout out to Alex Ulackley. We went to college together and he drove many hours just to help me film my first short film. I love that guy. He was one of my He was one of the people from Back to the Drawing Board that taught me a bit about film and writing scripts. And he was the guy that I went to to give his input when I first wrote that script. He helped me like set it up and everything, and I'm so thankful for him helping me out with my first short film. But yeah, like at that point I was studying the camera movement, and I was noticing the different shakes and the intensity of shaking the camera when the subject is running around the car, and be pretending to move the camera around to pretend to be his peripheral vision, the intensity that he's going through because his humanity is chasing after him. The music is building, but then I noticed my play with colors, and at that point I started to dabble within color grading. I noticed that I was going hard to create that dark feel to grab the audience's emotions. I wanted the viewer to feel what the subject was feeling, which is intensity and darkness. Which then I applied that in my first documentary called Saved by the Scene, which is about how musicians use their music to help them get out of their dark times. So I applied a lot of blues to signify the sadness of what they're going through, but then you show the brightness of the light to show that even though they're still in pain, they're still able to see the light at the end of the tunnel to help them get out from the darkness that they are in. As you notice, as when I'm talking about how I started to develop my style, after every shot, I analyzed what was different about the first shot, and then I analyzed the next shot, then analyze the next shot. That's what you gotta do to develop your style. What our professor taught us was that after every project, the whole class had to gather together, and we, the shooter, had to present our project and tell the story behind it, and then let the other students analyze the project and they give their input to us. So we take that information in and we apply it to the project and help us improve ourselves. That's what you gotta do. You have to analyze your video, give your input, or what you can also do is give it to a third party. I do this all the time. Take your video, give it to a third party, and let them review it. Then you take that information in, and oh shoot, that was so cool. How did you do that? Whatever grabs the third party's attention more, build up on that. Develop it, study it, and there you go. You're developing a style. Sometimes people can see what we can't see. That's another way you can develop your style, is allowing another set of eyes, a third party is what I like to say, but allow a third party to view your video and take their input in and apply it to your next video. Which another thing you can do, which is what I said before in one of my recent videos, is to watch other films. And what people don't really think about doing is looking at the credits. Whenever you see a film and you love how the composition, or you love the color grades, or you love the camera movements, or you love the different shots, at the end of the credits, find out who did that certain shot, who did the color grade. Find their portfolio or find their work online and study their stuff. We all are inspired by someone, but don't become an exact copy, because it's not going to be you. The whole point of developing a style is about developing your style, not someone else's style, because that's their thing. That's what they make theirs. Because if you copy them, they're gonna notice that that was made by that person. You want them to know what makes it you. You want them to know who you are, not who they are. It's about your style. Like for me, like now when people see different videos that I post online, when they look at it, they're like, oh, that was shot by Frano, wasn't it? And then I look at that comment, I'm like, there it is. And boom, there it is. And hope these tips help you find your style as well. But one thing you need to don't be afraid to go for it. People, like I was saying before, people are so heavy on perfection when no one's gonna be good the first time. And also, remember to be patient. But I'm not going to down on y'all because I get very impatient sometimes when I want to get a certain shot. But that's just me. Patience is just an ability that is hard to gain. So I'm not gonna down y'all if y'all are a little want to know, just want to be able to develop that style faster. But don't be discouraged. You'll find your style. It's just gonna take time, and don't down yourself if it's not as great as you think it should be up here. One day you'll be able to take what's in here and project it into the screen. Until that day, keep developing and keep hustling and keep going for it, and you'll get it, and then you'll be able to say, there it is. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe this video, and until next time, see ya.
Where did you get
Completely unnecessary, but very fun to play with.
Yeah, those are sweet. Yeah, I thought that was really cool how you did an acoustic set. I really like how people can do that versatility. And also, whoever did your video work, what a wonderful job. That looked really, really cool.
Yeah, Fernando Dela Cruz. He's a good guy. We've been working with him on a couple live. We needed somebody to film us live. It's hard to find, even though I work in the video field, not everybody's available all the time. So he was one of the guys
freaking cool. So freaking cool.
He has a unique style that he films in. So I was like, we need somebody that, films that kind of makes you feel like you're there. So like I like how he like kind of swoops back into the audience and then, gives you a little bit different perspective.
I was gonna say, because traditionally Club Cafe, like I've been there for smaller shows, for bigger shows, but it doesn't really always feel like crazy crowded room because it's a relatively intimate venue. So I was gonna say it's really cool how his film work was, because it really did kind of feel like you were a part of the crowd and you were out there.
Right.